Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about Gladiator II, the much-anticipated sequel to the 2000 epic Gladiator. Ridley Scott directed both films, and the sequel was released today on November 22nd, 2024. The film revisits the grandeur of ancient Rome, delivering a blend of intense action, political intrigue, and personal vendettas. Now, before I hop into my review, if you want to support the channel, then please take a second to like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you, I really appreciate it. As a warning, this review will contain some spoilers, so please continue at your own risk. Lastly, if there's anything you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know by leaving a comment and I will do my best to get to it. Thank you. I'm hopping in 3, 2, 1. A common complaint I hear about this movie is that the original didn't need a sequel. Nobody can live up to Russell Crowe's magnificence. While I might agree with both these points, that doesn't make this a bad movie. No, in fact, I think this is a fantastic movie. Let's go over the plot a little bit because it's going to sound familiar to Gladiator and Spartacus, which Gladiator was inspired by. Set approximately 2 decades after the original, this sequel focuses on Lucius, played by Paul Mescal. He is the son of the late Maximus Decimus Meridius and Lucilla, reprised by Connie Nielsen. Lucius, sent away as a child to avoid political assassination, is now a seasoned warrior and husband in Numidia. His land is conquered by the Romans, led by General Marcus Acacius, played by Pedro Pascal. The invasion led to the death of his wife and enslavement, so now Lucius embarks on a path that mirrors his father's. Seek vengeance and justice. This is a timeless tale. The hero is wronged and must reclaim or avenge what is his. I love stories like this. It's what made the first movie so great, and it's what makes movies like John Wick great. In this instance, love and revenge are the motivating factors that drive Lucius. He's the son of Maximus and Lucilla, but he doesn't care. He views the Roman Empire as a cancer that poisons everything it touches. To him, Rome is a corrupt, barbaric, and tyrannical empire where the people are never truly free. And he's right. Historically ruled by the brother emperors Geta and Caracalla, the Roman Empire was in disarray. It was once a magnificent empire supported by the people, but through corruption and tyrannical rule, the people began to turn against their rulers. The big reasons why people hated these emperors were heavy taxes, lavish spending, and massacres. In real life, Caracalla murdered his brother Geta so he could have full control over the empire, and to solidify his power, he committed massacres of thousands of Geta's supporters, including senators. The rule of these emperors is a dark chapter in Roman history. As dramatized in Hollywood as it was, I love seeing this political unrest play out on the screen. The villain Macrinus, played by Denzel Washington, is great. He is an enigmatic arms dealer and a gladiatorial sponsor. Everyone in the Roman Senate and nobility is playing checkers, but he is playing chess. He's moving different pieces like Lucius, Acacius, and the emperors across his board so that he can take over the empire. He knows the rules of the game and he bends them to his gain. Denzel is brilliant as Macrinus and he is the standout of this movie. The other impressive actor is Paul Mescal as Lucius. He had some very big shoes to fill. I don't think he'll ever live up to the legacy of Russell Crowe's Maximus, but he doesn't have to. Paul delivered a fantastic performance, shining in his own way. Forced into gladiatorial arenas by Macrinus, he shows he is a capable warrior and leader. During combat, you can see his gears turning as he quickly analyzes the battlefield and gives orders to his men to survive. He's a great tactician, and I was impressed with how well Paul contrasted his anger with more intimate, tender moments. He's tough but cares about the people around him. Pedro Pascal as General Acacius was awesome. I really wish his character would have had a stronger presence in this movie. He's clearly one of the key figures in the film, but his best moments are at the start of the film when he invades Numidia. He's stronger and smarter than Lucius and the Numidian chief Jubartha, played by Peter Mensa. He's the perfect Roman soldier, and I would have loved to see him conquering more cities and countries. The remainder of the supporting cast are all wonderful. It was nice seeing Connie Nielsen again as Lucilla. She has a timeless beauty to her and helps give the movie emotional stakes. Emperor Geta and Caracalla, played by Joseph Quinn and Fred Hetchinger respectively, are wonderful. They have just the right amount of spoiled brat and political know-how to be dangerous to everyone around them. In many ways, they capture their inner Commodus. Now, based on the title, this movie obviously has a spotlight on gladiators. So how were the fights? Personally, I love them and I think they take things up a notch from the original. I loved how in one of the first fights Lucius is in, the men fight against baboons. Historically, this was a real thing. It was much less common than fighting larger animals like lions and tigers, but it was still a real thing and fun to see on screen. I don't know if hairless baboons were as common then because they aren't common now, but they do exist. An example of something made up for the spectacle of this movie is the gladiator riding the rhinoceros. That stuff never happened, but I don't care. While rhinos were occasionally featured in Roman games, it was usually just for spectacle and to impress the crowd with their size. In this film, I was definitely impressed and happy to see it included. Lastly, I love the naval warfare in the arena. Ancient sources like Suetonius and Cassius Dio talk about how the Colosseum was flooded to stage smaller naval battles because of the Colosseum's sophisticated drainage system. I'm sure there weren't sharks in the water, but the fact that we got to see this spectacle on screen made me kick my feet. Visually, I love how Rome and Numidia were portrayed. I love the expansive shots and meticulously choreographed battle sequences. The set design clearly had a lot of thought put into it. I visited Rome 2 years ago, and the only thing I could think of when I was there is how that city must have looked like in ancient times. This movie is a perfect representation of what the city would have looked like. The Colosseum is grandiose. Honestly, everything is. The different temples, public buildings, and even the Numidian city. There's a sense of scale to everything that leaves you impressed with how people lived back then. Making things even prettier is the use of natural lighting. It enhances the authenticity of the setting and grounds some of the fantastical elements of the film. I think what makes Rome in this movie feel so authentic is the people. The city feels fully lived in, and I love that the cast members and extras all look the part. I love the lavish robes of the Emperor and Macrinus. I love the soldier look of General Acacius and Lucius. I love the weight and brawniness of the gladiators. In many ways, this movie reminded me of the Spartacus Stars TV show. That's one of my favorite series for how it depicted gladiators and their training, and I think this movie also nails it. Lastly, I want to talk about the soundtrack. I'm sad Hans Zimmer didn't come back to score the film, but Harry Gregson Williams does a fantastic job offering a fresh experience that pays homage to the original. It's very authentic. It incorporates ancient instruments like the Celtic carnix and the Roman cornu. It helps the soundtrack stand out emotionally and captures the film's core themes. More importantly, I love that the soundtrack does not overshadow the narrative. Gladiator II stands out as a worthy successor to its legendary predecessor, blending spectacle and storytelling in a way that honors the original while charting its own course. Paul Mescal's portrayal of Lucius captures the complexity of a man driven by revenge and honor, while Denzel Washington's enigmatic Macrinus steals the show with his cunning performance. Ridley Scott once again brings ancient Rome to life with breathtaking visuals, authentic set design, and meticulously crafted battle sequences. The fight scenes, from battling baboons to naval warfare, strikes a balance between historical intrigue and cinematic flair, delivering a visceral experience that kept me on the edge of my seat. Though it may not carry the emotional gravitas of Gladiator, the film offers a timeless tale of vengeance, love, and political intrigue. Anchored by a rich soundtrack and a standout cast, Gladiator II proves that while some stories may not need sequels, they can still surprise and captivate when done with this level of skill and passion. Gladiator II will ensure that you are entertained. Thank you for listening to my review of Gladiator II. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if you want me to review something, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast, Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.